Aren't you the one that said sex sells?
It definitely still does.
It still does?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
That's never changed.
you know, are you blonde or brunette?
For what? I'm bald.
Huh?
Oh.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Restaurant Punk.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go bowling.
Making fun of my shirt.
How's your strike game, Liz?
It's great. I'm a good bowler, actually. Thank you.
When's the last time any of us went bowling?
What?
Ooh, I don't even know.
In the
6
last
months
year?
ago? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You went 6 months ago?
I tried that new place though in Rio Grande.
Is that the movie theater?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
put the and who'd you go bowling with?
My kids.
You and the okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then we went afterwards with like a bunch of people, couples and stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the string, the old school string, like they're held up by strings.
What's held up by
pins.
strings?
What?
Yeah, that's how they used to do it back in the day. They
Yeah.
weren't just freestanding. There were strings holding up the pins. So when you knocked them down and they had to reset, they just picked everything up and laid them back down again.
That sounds.
So now they have strings
That sounds
They,
awful.
well, I mean, they've had them from the beginning.
with
Yeah,
strings
but-
on the pins.
Like cables, yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they
no.
do. Yes,
no,
they
it
do.
was,
No.
Yes, they do.
Not the whole time. He's saying they did and then they didn't, then they did again. That's what
No,
you're
they would
saying.
sweep the pins that you didn't
Yeah.
think. They would go into a bucket, and then the new set of pins would come down.
Correct. But back in the
Strings.
day,
He's
there
saying,
used to be
he's saying
cables.
back in the day.
Like puppets. Like
Back in the day, there was no strings.
I'm not talking about back in the day when you were a
What kind
kid.
of fucking bowling alley
before
has
that.
strings?
Way back before we were born, Yanni.
Are we talking about the 20s?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't do any
So this
research
episode
on
about
it.
bowling.
I just knew.
Can we do bowling instead of the restaurant meeting and do a team building and go bowling instead of the restaurant meeting?
Is that like a retreat?
Well, we did
Yeah.
that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually did that once.
Is there
Well, that's what George
alcohol
does.
and cigarettes at this retreat?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there
Is that a
was.
weekend thing or a night thing?
No,
Or is
just
that?
a restaurant meeting
We should do
in place
something.
of restaurant
eh?
meeting.
We
Yeah,
should
would
do
you-
something. I'm not really good with that stuff.
Yeah,
I remember Nico had said to do a Christmas party over the years, and right?
Yeah.
And now we finally did
Like
it.
a whole
but-
holiday thing. But,
But I
you know,
think doing
whatever.
a bowling
They're
team
not fun.
building instead of a meeting would be fun.
All right. I got a topic.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know exactly how to word this, but
Spit it out.
well, why is there no such thing as the perfect restaurant? Why doesn't the perfect restaurant exist? I know we give out awards. I know there's Michelin. I know there's everybody's opinion and on what a perfect restaurant is. And I think from a consumer standpoint, they're like, this is the best restaurant. But how do you become a perfect restaurant? And is it even achievable? Which I believe it's impossible. It's impossible. And I'm going to tell you why. Do you guys agree that it's impossible to have the perfect restaurant?
Real quick, I'm sorry, before you say anything. I feel like you were just taking a deep breath. When you say the perfect restaurant, are you talking about through the owner's eyes, the employee's eyes, or the consumer's eyes?
That's actually a great retort because it would be like saying, show me a perfect human being, right?
Yeah.
Is that an opinion or is that even possible? I don't think it's possible.
Liz would say it's her, but that's her opinion. That's her relatively opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm
believe that?
saying.
That what? It's
That you're the perfect human being?
absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Do you believe that the perfect human
being
being
modest.
exists
There's no
in
such
relation
thing.
to there's no such thing. Now, is there close? Because when we talk about your retort was from the consumer, the
From
owner.
The owner, like the employees, yeah.
So let's say the owner
I mean, there is.
No.
What do you mean no?
in the
In their
owner's
mind,
opinion,
of course. And
in
there's
their
restaurateurs that think that they have the best restaurant in the county or the state. And they're
Well,
best
definitely
isn't
wrong.
the
you
perfect.
said the best.
That's
is-
different.
See, the best
The perfect.
and perfect.
We have a couple in our
No
group.
owner is going to say that they have the best the perfect restaurant. They might think they have the best
I mean,
restaurant. They're not going to say it's perfect
I
because
stand to differ.
it's like a roller coaster with the restaurants, right?
Yeah, we know
I mean,
that.
you've gone through. I'm sure every restaurateur has gone through phases where it's like shit or not great. No.
Yeah, but in our circle, in our group, in our networking is different than those that have the capacity, the tools, the funds to create something so massive that we can't even fathom that to them it's the perfect restaurant because there is no issues. There is no worries. Do you understand what I'm saying? So to them, yes. Not that we know any, but I've seen television shows, I've seen drama shows, and I've seen how they act and how they talk and what they feel. And I'm telling you, they would think that they have the perfect restaurant. So yes, I do believe that the owners would think that they have perfect restaurants.
Yeah, but what if you're an owner and you have like this great food, great atmosphere,
Service second.
and service is great, but the vibe isn't there. The energy,
Right.
is off.
Well,
Like
what does it take to get there, though? You know, we look at TV shows excuse me, Nico had mentioned. And then there's, like Michelin stars get awarded. These guys in Michelin, they're not going in the back into the walk-in fridge and looking at their setup because things are going to be off. So this is a true story. I created a 1,000 point checklist for restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Is this the same one from 10 years ago?
No, it's one from this past year. So I'm working, I had an idea and I'm like, what restaurateur, this is in Athens, Greece now, what restaurateur would say no to an outsider, I'll call myself a professional, to inspect their restaurant once a month, once a year with a 1,000 point checklist. Now, when you say 1,000 points, that sounds like a lot. But it really isn't because we're looking at like little tiny details. So in other words, maybe go into the women's bathroom and I'm talking about, the grout. Is there any dirt on the grout? Looking underneath the sink, is it just a cleanliness thing? No, you could sit down and look at the vibe. And that could be an opinion, but you can't really put that on a checklist because how do you checkpoint
exactly.
vibe? You can checkpoint, what is it? Music decibel levels. Is there perfect? Is there too high? But some of these things are opinionated. So my question to you is, no restaurant in the world will be safe. From me going in there with my 1,000 point checklist, I'm going to find some stuff. That's okay. And you should be open to that.
Your 1,000 checklist is credible, right?
It's already done. I'll show it to you after the podcast.
I mean, I get what you wrote, but is it credible? Is it worth the honor system of saying this is exactly what things are to be perfect? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Or, what's important to one person may not be important to another.
Everything's relative when it comes down to that.
Well, let's use the grout in the bathroom, right? Let's say there's some streaks, right?
Maybe it's there for design.
That's binary. It's either clean or it's not.
Or it's art, right? Think about what I'm saying.
So like the urine splatters in the men's room on the urinal, is that art too?
Think about what I'm saying though. It's to some people, it's rustic, it's art. To them,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, so then it's a perfect restaurant to where somebody else is like, no, that's grime, it's disgusting, it's dirty. So it's relative. It doesn't, I guess what you're saying is there is no such thing as a perfect, an actual.
It's a trick question.
Yeah,
really.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Of course it is.
But owners could think that they are, whatever. Again, it's for their perception. Guests, I get,
well, if there's dirt on your exhaust fan in that bathroom, if the toilet doesn't really flush well, if I go in there on a Tuesday night or a Saturday night and there's the trash is overstacked, those are facts. And those are things that I think an owner would want to know, to where you have employees on the front of the house. I'm not saying they don't care, but you have higher end restaurants where you have high end management and they're very detail orientated. When you look at every table, if I go into a restaurant and they have 20 tables and I look at the silverware and they're all 2x2 squares and they have their silverware set up the same exact way, that's the goal. But if you walk in and you know this,
I know this.
Some are not perfect. To me, that would count as one. And so when I say perfect or not perfect, are you striving for perfection? Are you trying to be the best?
Oh, I would never sleep.
Well, this is why a lot of chefs and this is why a lot of restaurant owners don't sleep, because they keep striving to be the best, and not only the best, but to be perfect. It's what keeps them awake at night. It's what keeps them going. And bravo. What I'm saying is it's so hard.
There's a fine line also with having perfection, an owner losing sleep because he wants to have the perfect restaurant, or an owner losing sleep because his team's not following his words of what he wants. Whether it makes it for his mind perfect, the team's not following through with how he wants things done. And that maybe is what's making him lose his mind more. Like for me, yes, I like my linens, my silverware to be nice, perfect. Not perfect, but not one over here and then one way over here. Like just as long as they're in the center, okay. As long as they're together, okay. But I'm not going to be so meticulous where like if the knife's a little bit off, I lose my fucking shit. But if I told all my staff, my front of the house, this is exactly how I want it, and have to keep repeating, I would lose my fucking mind that way. More so than the knife being off a little bit, because they're not listening or understanding how I want it, and it's not followed through.
And what do you say? Some owners kind of give up? Trying?
Of course. Because at the end of the day, what is important? That your restaurant's full, that your sales are going up still, that the customers are happy, and that even your employees are happy, or you're still fucking worried about a friggin' knife that's off by like 2 degrees. Like there's so much to it.
I don't think that striving to be perfect is necessarily the answer. I think it's important to have a clean restaurant. I think it's important to have things organized and in order. But let's say you go into let's say you're a parent and you have your house, right? And you have kids. Let's say your kids go into someone's house, they don't have kids, and that person's like OCD. They keep everything clean and straight. Do you feel like awkward being in that space because you're afraid to mess anything up? So
my mom's house all the time.
So that's what I'm saying. When you what if you went into a restaurant? It's so clean, it's so stark, it's so pristine to the point where you don't feel comfortable. See, so I'm saying perfection can work against you. So I don't think perfection is necessarily the answer.
That's good.
That's one. Number two, let's say that a woman, what's these? Oh, the perfect woman. She needs to have this, like physical attributes, personality traits. But a woman can have all the physical attributes checked up on your list and the personality traits checked up on your list of what you find attractive. And that person could still not do anything for you or they're not interesting. You can be perfect on paper, but not interesting.
That'd be like Miss Universe, right?
The same thing can happen
She's
with restaurants,
crowned Miss
right?
Universe.
But why?
But on restaurant, it's the same thing. You could have it. You could have all the criteria for what makes up a perfect restaurant, or but it may not have the vibe. It might be lacking. But sometimes imperfection makes things more interesting in artwork, in like personality types, like everything.
Agreed. And I think there are basic principles that, like we were just talking about, that make up striving towards getting to it. There might be overkill to what you're saying. And I think I've experienced that because the owner made me nervous. We've talked about that before. I was like, I was scared like shitless. And I was always on my toes. And I think that kind of correlated to customer service because when you feel anxious, but then, what was it called? Oh, not Brasserie Perrier, Le Bec Fin in Philadelphia. It was they were so striving for perfection. I remember going there with my baby mama, and we're sitting there, and 3 servers in tuxedos are just standing over us, just staring at us.
Yeah.
Now, in the owner's eyes, that's perfection.
Yeah.
For me, I was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's that fucking whack job that pops up on my feed that's trying to live forever? I think he's a billionaire.
Oh, I don't know.
You know the fuck I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's a creepy motherfucker, isn't he? I don't know. I
have no idea.
You don't know what I'm talking about? I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know his name, but I saw an article. I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's obsessed, right?
Obsessed.
And he has a son too, right?
Huh? He's got a son,
yeah.
but I don't even know how fucking old he is. His face just creeps me out. So even if he's going for perfection and to live longer, like who wants to live longer being fucking creepy as fuck?
Well, how about people doing all the plastic surgery, right? There are people that spend millions of dollars to get like all this work done on their body to look perfect. But if sometimes you look like a mutant, like if you have everything too symmetrical, like asymmetry is more interesting. Like in artwork, in like your face, they years ago they did a cover for Allure magazine, and they had a computer. It wasn't AI at the time, so it was a computer generated image, and everything was symmetrical, eyes, everything. It was supposed to be the most beautiful woman, and it just wasn't. She was pretty, but didn't really. You weren't in awe of her because it wasn't. It was too perfect.
I think Kim Kardashian's mom,
Kris Jenner,
Kris Jenner just got one.
She did some shit.
She looks pretty good.
She does look good.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
She does look
You're
good.
talking about they spent millions of dollars.
When
I was
you got
like,
the money,
that bitch looks kind of good. Good for her.
Yeah.
Beauty is only through the eyes of the beholder. So one person's beauty is another person's ugly.
Wait, aren't you the one that said sex sells?
It definitely still does.
It still does?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
That's never changed.
Are you blonde or brunette?
For what? I'm bald.
Huh?
Oh.
Dick.
Blondes, right, babe?
Yeah, that would be the right answer.
But the wrong answer would be no. My wife knows. I'm not really attracted to blondes except for her because it's her personality and everything about her. But I'm usually a dark-haired individual. Yeah,
all right.
And redheads actually is my weakness. So
redheads?
Yeah.
You heard it here on Restaurant Bun.
Yeah, she knows that too.
How you doing,
DMs.
Nothing. But I wouldn't change anything for my wife. I love my wife, like Matt said earlier, for about his. But no, like I'm very happy.
So
doesn't matter. She could be bald and I'd be fine.
And she's perfect to you.
She's fine. Who's perfect? I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, this is
Emotional
Annie's last day in Restaurant Punk.
We should have let's say that.
What?
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Like the emotional
seen
damage
that?
guy because he was
Uncle
Asian.
Roger?
I know what you're talking about.
Uncle Roger?
Emotional
I
damage.
have no
Yes.
idea what you're talking
Oh,
about.
All right,
sorry.
we got a lot to talk about after this.
Yeah.
All right, so the perfect restaurant does not exist. I think I brought this up because the new Chef's Table episodes came up. 4 new episodes on Netflix, Chef's Table, which is a show I truly enjoy. But, it does a really deep dive into some chefs. And, it's very dramatic and it's shot beautifully. And there's some great episodes, but they just came out with a new season. They had a good formula. They switched to Chef's Table Pizza and Chef's Table. It blew. They lost a lot of people. Now they brought Chef's Table Legends. So the first one I watched was Jose Andres. And the second one I watched was Thomas Keller, who are 2 of the top dogs like in the world. And, you can see it in their face. They just live, eat, and breathe this shit. And I saw them as just striving for perfection. But it just doesn't exist. Like you're always searching. Creativity has no end. So when you're trying to create the perfect restaurant, these are the guys that just stay up at night and have been given their whole life to just do this and get this done. I think it was Jose. He never married, no kid, because he wanted to just focus and just do. And he's still doing. And now that he's done, now he's giving. And I applaud him. I admire him. You know what I mean? I get that. They're trying for the perfect, but at some point, I think everybody knows that it doesn't exist. So to all you owners out there that are in your kitchen, just looking around and saying, fuck me, it's okay.
It is okay.
Yeah.
It is okay.
There's the best, according to opinion, right? Because there's no one restaurant in the world that you take 100 people and all 100 say that's the best. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, I'm sure there might be.
But yeah, if you have, what was it? If you have a grime on your...
Yeah, it's art.
No, it's not art.
Oh my
it's
God.
dirt.
That's
Clean
not,
it. Cover it with some white caulk.
Yeah.
Caulk. Is it caulk or caulk?
Caulk.
He did
Caulk.
say cover it with some white caulk.
White caulk.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It'd be art too.
Caulk? Caulk.
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 Caulk. Oh,
What's up, punk? I'm Yanni.
Liz.
I'm in awe.
Wow.
Caulk. Nico.
Caulk.
Peace.
Bye. What's that movie you were talking about? The one with she had like the perfect list of the guy that she wanted to be with. I don't know. I don't know who was in it. So she had like the perfect idea of like the perfect man. He had to make like all these criteria. It's just like a woman being in a relationship and telling the man, no, you need to do this. Like this is what is important. You need to talk to me this way. You need to buy me these things. You need to do this, this, and this, and this, and that. Okay. Is that a good experience in the relationship?
What you got? What do you want?